It's time once again for another episode of Georgia Business Radio. Broadcasting live from the Pro Business Channel studios in Atlanta. And now here's your host, Rich-Casanova.
All right, Rich Casanova here for another episode of Georgia Business Radio, and we have just a packed studio in the Buckhead studio for Pro Business Channel with just a great assortment of subject matter experts. We're going to be talking about B2B event coming to Atlanta and nationally as well as internationally live streaming. We're going to be talking to an expert in the gaming industry, and we're going to also introduce a person, I think a returning guest, has been here last year for their event, 12 years running for the Alive Expo. And alongside all of this chaos is Mr. Craig Williams in the house.
Glad to be here, standing room only.
I'm telling you, right? It is crazy. So we're going to look forward to having those conversations. Let's just first welcome Patricia to the studio, and you're with the Live Expo.
Yes, I am.
Right? And tell us a little teaser about that event.
In a nutshell, a Live Expo is all things natural and organic. So if you're interested in that sort of a lifestyle, then a Live Expo is the place to be. We are a one-weekend event where you can meet almost 150 companies that specifically only work in that field, sell products and services.
And you were kind of ahead of the curve 12 years ago. I mean, the idea of living green was around, but it's really kind of you have rode this tidal wave, right?
That is true. It was around, mostly on the West Coast.
It's more of a left coast thing, yeah.
It's always been around.
Yeah, come on. But she brought it to the right coast, yeah.
Yes, I have. I live here, and I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, and that was something that we definitely were missing here in the Southeast. So.
And I know I attended last year, and a couple of folks in the studio, and it is a really cool event, especially for that space and those folks interested in living well and living better and green for the economy and the ecology, right?
Yes, and it's growing. And,
no pun intended.
More and more people are interested in it and living their lifestyle.
Absolutely. Well, welcome back to the show on Georgia Business Radio.
You.
So we're going to come back to you in just a moment for a segment for a full interview, but let our folks know the best way to reach out to you and get in touch and find out about the event.
Go to our website, aliveexpo.com. That's ALIVEEXPO.com, or you can call our office at 770-806-7492.
Absolutely. And the Alive is with an exclamation point on all of your media, except for GoDaddy, and they won't let you put your punctuations
or
there.
The website, yes, exactly.
But yeah, I see that exclamation point everywhere. So welcome again. Stay tuned for more information on that. And up next, we want to say hi to Tharwat is joining us in the studio. All right, round of applause. I've been practicing that for a while. So Abdul Malik, and you're with Bronson Games.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Bronson Games is a new startup in Atlanta. We're now doing mobile games featuring diverse characters, minorities, women, LGBT, disabled. We have a couple of games out on iTunes now and a few on the web, and we're building some Android games and a first-person shooter game featuring a real live sniper. Can't tell you his name, but he has 33 confirmed kills in Afghanistan in 90 days. So
it's not Rich, is it?
Right. Exactly right.
So we're
I'm gonna get away from this window.
Yeah, I wouldn't know which end of the rifle to shoot from. So yeah.
So that's one of our big games coming out. We just started a Kickstarter program yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that online, and cool graphics with your design as well.
Oh yeah. We have some amazing graphic artists. Just local talent, amazing people, Art Institute graduates.
All right. So stay tuned for more details on that, but let our listeners know the best way to find out about the Bronson Games.
BronsonGames.com, Twitter, Facebook, the website, Instagram, Snapchat, just Bronson Games everywhere. You can reach us.
And you really lucked out getting that domain name. That worked out well.
Well, we named the company.
Right, exactly.
We had to get the domain name
first. Exactly.
And we said, okay, we'll name the company.
That's the way it works these days, right? So, Craig, do you want to introduce our first guest joining us in the studio here?
Yes, Keith Wilmot is the president and CEO of Leadercast. Leadercast is an organization that exists to build leaders worth following. I love that. Right. Leaders worth following. Keith is the biggest raving fan of a group of crazies that honestly believe that they can positively change the culture of leadership in the world. He has the privilege to cheer, pray, coach, support, and lead these amazing people. He is married to an amazing woman, Jennifer, who has been with him since high school.
Wow.
High school sweethearts.
Dang.
They
Yes,
have
sir.
4 beautiful children, Noah, Hannah, Nathan, Ava. Shout out to the kids there.
Yeah.
They are such blessings and keep him running for sure.
All right. So, Keith, welcome to the show.
Great to be here.
Absolutely. So, and Jamie, we should mention, is joining also in the studio.
Hello.
Yeah. And you're kind of responsible for all this if it goes wrong.
Exactly.
All on Jamie's
exactly.
shoulders.
Yeah, if it goes right, it's Keith's thing, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because we met Jamie originally at
At an event, yeah.
Yeah, at an event at the City Club, right, for their annual event, and then again at Networking Over 40. So, so Keith, talk to us all things Leadercast.
Sure. Leadercast is the largest one-day leadership event in the world, and we'll have about 125,000 leaders attend on May 6th at this
Wow.
event. Our vision is to be the most influential leadership brand in the world. Our mission is about building leaders that are worth following. And at this event, you will get great content to help you in your journey to become a leader worth following.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
All right, and that all happens. We're kind of proud to be the city, the host city, for the actual in-person event, right?
The launch city.
Yeah, the launch city. So, we always thought, Atlanta, just with the phenomenal leaders that we have in the marketplace here, amongst us at this table as well, but just the companies that represent Atlanta, Coca-Cola, Lowe's, UPS, Home Depot. I mean,
Yeah.
just some phenomenal
Pro-business
organizations.
channel.
Real pro-business channel. But
Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House. Come on. Bring it. We should have some
Bring it. I
Waffle
know.
House.
There you
But it's an epicenter of business, and it's an epicenter of leadership, and we believe that the Atlanta-based business and leadership community can influence the world.
So this is here in Atlanta. Give us some of the specs and details of where, who, and when.
Yeah, so we're May 6th, Infinite Energy Arena that used to be the Gwinnett Arena up in Sewanee, New Jersey.
Sewanee.
Sewanee, Georgia. And the event's May 6th. Starts 8:30 in the morning. We're obviously on social media, all aspects of social media, leadercast.com. Phenomenal speaker lineup. This year we have. Every year we base our leadership event on a theme. This year's theme is what it means to be a visionary leader. We call these people architects of tomorrow. Wow. And when you think of the word vision, you often think, that's the responsibility of a very senior executive or a board of directors. We're gonna debunk that myth and show that visionary leadership is the responsibility of all of us, regardless of role. So we're going to take the day and we're going to break it into four subcomponents: the eyes to see a preferred future, the heart to inspire that preferred future, the voice to share, and the feet to lead. So you're going to walk out of that event with an understanding of what your preferred future is, and that's a vision, and how you build a roadmap to get there.
Now, I've been a big fan of Catalyst and Leadercast since the beginning, but most of our audience, or some of our audience, may not know where Leadercast originated.
Yeah.
So tell us a little
Yeah,
bit.
the backstory.
Yeah, the backstory is just that it's a group of crazies, honestly, that believe that they can influence the world.
Yeah.
And I spent 9 years at Coca-Cola. Great company, great brand, and was a huge platform. But when I saw what this company could do, there was no choice for me but to leave and run this, because we do have a big vision, and we want to. Listen, we all know that there's a leadership gap in our world, and from a business perspective, the leadership development category is a category that hasn't been disrupted in decades, and Leadercast is a brand that really has the potential to disrupt that leadership development category and bring bright, fresh solutions to this space.
Very much important because of the disengagement of the followers or employees.
Big time. And if you look at some of the data that we're seeing, it just keeps us up at night. So I'll share some insights.
Sure.
Over 50% of the global workforce, every day when they get into their cars on Monday or they drive to work on Monday, they're disengaged or actively disengaged with their work. And that's a proven study. 2 out of 5 people would take a new boss over a pay raise.
Wow.
85% of the U.S. population believes that our country is in a leadership crisis. So, this brand, Leadercast, exists obviously to build in building leaders worth following, but the world needs this brand.
So mention that leader worth following. What would you consider a leader worth following?
Yeah, we have a very specific kind of qualification of what we mean by leaders that are worth following. It's a values-based approach. So every leader has a certain set of core values that they're guided by, and then there's certain behaviors that we believe that leaders that are worth following kind of attribute. So behaviors like insight and vision, creativity. So all of our events are built around these behaviors of what it means to be a leader worth following.
And talk to us about the attendees that you anticipate, at this event.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a combination of corporate team members as well as entrepreneurs, startups, or
all of them? I think one of the things that we're blessed with is a very rich and diverse demographic of attendees. We have CEOs to small business owners to large companies, small companies. I mean, we've our presenting partner is Concur, a great company in expense management, SAP, Coca-Cola.
Wow.
But we also have stay-at-home moms, high school students, college students.
Wow.
Because the content is so relevant, and you can apply it regardless of your role. You can apply it in a really powerful way.
I'd say timeless and fundamentally.
Well, and you hit on a point earlier. I think there is this kind of vacuum of leadership in the country, and you can attribute to whether it's social or at work or at home. But so talk to us about, drop some names now. Some of the folks that are going to be the leaders and speaking at the event.
So we're very excited about the lineup this year. We've got Coach Nick Saban from the University of Alabama, and we're just really interested in Coach Saban from the perspective of visionary leadership. When you think about what he does, I mean, he takes 18 to 21-year-old athletes who primarily know that University of Alabama is a stepping stone to something greater called the NFL. How does he get them to play Alabama football? And that's a visionary leader and he obviously his success speaks for himself, but very excited to hear from him. Andy Stanley is a one of our best speakers every year. He just does. He's a leadership. He's a student of leadership, and he always provides just great insight to our audience around what it means to be a leader worth following. This year around vision is phenomenal. Kat Cole, this is a incredible dynamic leader.
I saw her undercover boss twice.
Yes, really strong.
She's on 2 episodes.
Bluer cover. Huh?
Yeah, and Kat's leadership journey is an incredible, interesting story. But she's leading such a diverse organization, some great brands like Moe's and Schlotsky's Delis and Cinnabon. I mean, brands that we love.
Yeah, because she started with Cinnabon, now president of Focus Brands. We have them in the studio. Focus Brands. It's just amazing.
Great organization, great leaders, and Kat is a true leader worth following. So we're very excited to hear her on our stage. James Brown, I met
the man.
I met James. I had the privilege of meeting him a few months ago, and just hearing his backstory. I mean, obviously his face is known as the CBS NFL kind of co-host, but he actively involved in leadership, actively involved in leading his community. Part owner of the Nationals. I mean, he's a phenomenal leader, and he's got a great story to tell, and I think he's going to inspire.
Drop one other name, and then we got some other questions here for you.
Well, Steve Wozniak. Apple, small little technology company. Yeah. So Steve's going to join us, and he's a character. He's a rascal, and he's obviously
he's a disruptor, right?
Yeah, he's a disruptor. He's made us all a little different. So we're excited to hear from Steve.
All right, so and a couple other questions, but so we are live streaming around the world on Spreaker, on TuneIn, Mixler, obviously on our platform. So how would folks here in Atlanta get tickets, and then and describe the simulcast or the other opportunities?
Yeah, easy for Atlanta. Just go to our website, leadercast.com, and just hit front click on events, and you'll find your way to either being able to buy a ticket or connecting with somebody live in our sales organization. Very simple to do. If you're not in Atlanta, we have about 800 host site locations. If you go into our website, there's also a place that you can put your zip code, and you can find a local host site near you. And we encourage you to attend one of the host sites. We've got a really interesting business model. So it's really one event, but it's really 1,000 events happening at once. Yeah. And it's all over the world.
Yeah, Jamie, talk to us about that, how people can get involved to participate, to kind of share the tickets, or as ambassadors, or what's the program?
Yeah, so we've got this host site model. And, Jamie, tell us a little bit about the host site model.
Yeah, so I actually work with a lot of our host site partners. And the coolest thing is, to what Keith said, we have this one event in Atlanta that we have, 6,000-7,000 people attending, but really the majority of our attendees are watching via host sites.
Right.
And we have chambers of commerce that all over the world that are hosting this, and then we also have businesses that are bringing it internally into their own company so that they can use it as a development program and have their own sort of custom approach to it. So there's lots of ways to get involved, whether it's attending live in Atlanta, attending a host site, or if you want to host your own, we would love to have you do that too. And all of that on leadercast.com.
All right, there it is. You didn't expect to be on the radio this morning, did you?
I did not.
You did an amazing job. So that's all at leadercast.com.
That's correct.
All right, so stay tuned for more information on that. Right now we want to turn our attention to our second guest joining us in the studio, Tharwat. Welcome back to the show.
Hey,
You've been
thank you.
taking notes there, I saw.
No, I was just jotting down some
All right.
email information.
So talk to us about you're the Chief Gaming Officer. And I'll just give you some headlines here. So you're a versatile serial entrepreneur, a business person, 20 years experience in the tech industry. You're a consultant and advisor in technology strategy, enterprise architecture. That's interesting because they're talking about the architects of tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Hello.
Look at this.
All right. So so you've been involved in business development, acquisitions, entrepreneurs, investors, large corporations. Recently founded Bronson Games, which we're going to delve into here in just a moment. That's the Atlanta-based gaming studio, and with a mission to build mobile, PC, and console games featuring these diverse characters and themes you just mentioned. So, what was when did this light bulb go off?
I'll make a long story short. I was sitting on the couch next to my son, and I got a notification that he just downloaded a game, which meant that I just bought a game. So I said, "Hey, let me see what you downloaded," and he showed me the game, and I said, "Well, let me see what else I've purchased," and he showed me a lot of games. I didn't find any characters that kind of looked like him. Okay, a little brown-skinned kid.
Right, yeah.
Okay, hence the name of the company. So I did a little research, and I just saw that there was a lack of diversity across gaming in general. So I just told my two sons, it's like, I'm going to build a game for you and build a game for you. And that's how I started. I built 2 games initially for each one of my boys. And when I saw their reaction to the game and their friends' reaction, I said, I think I'm on to something here. So.
Now, did you make your sons and their friends buy the game from you?
No, actually,
Just mess with you.
my games they're free.
Oh,
so my
okay.
games are free to download. They're free to play, and I have some in-app purchases within the game. Like I have No, go ahead.
That's what I was going to ask. What's your how do you monetize that? So you're building an audience first, but you also have the upgrades as well, or?
Yeah, it's the freemium model. So you download the game, you play the game. I mean, it's full functionality you can play, and then there's some things that you can buy in the game. For instance, I have a ski game, snowboarding game, and you can purchase power-ups in the game.
Okay.
One of my games, you play head-to-head, so you play against another person live anywhere in the world, and you can buy some pretty cool what they call power-ups. Mm-hmm. So if I'm playing against you, for instance, I can buy a power-up that will cause like a blizzard that causes your entire screen to turn white, so you can't play for 5 seconds, so I can get the advantage, right? So you can buy little cool power-ups like that to kind of make the game
I have a
interesting.
feeling if I'm competing against you, I'm going to need 2 or 3 power-ups, whatever, yeah.
So what are some of the games that you've produced?
Well, I have 2 snowboarding games. They're called Broski and Broski with Homies. I have one of my sons has he has a prosthetic leg, so I have a game called Super Shriner. He actually goes to the Shriners Hospital for treatment, and it's a little kid with a prosthetic leg, and he jumps and flies through Cairo and through New York collecting coins and avoiding monsters. That's one of the most popular games. I think it's in the top 50 or so on the App Store. And then again, like I said, it's a free game. I have a Candy Crush educational type game, same as Candy Crush, but in each one of the jewels, there's numbers, and then there's an equation on the bottom, and you have to tick off the numbers that solve the equation. So it's an educational game, sort of based on Candy Crush, and we're all over the place. We got go out to the App Store, you'll find us. There's 7 or 8 games out there now. 4 on the web.
I see Rocket Pilot and Math Defender.
Yes, those are educational games. So I'm the co-president of the PTSA in a couple of schools.
I hear you.
So I have a couple of educational games. I'm really involved in the schools. And my elementary kids go. Their mascot is the Rockets. So Rocket Blast is a math game there's an equation, and then there's the stars that has numbers that solve the equation, and you're getting shot at, and you also have to shoot the correct answer. If you miss, then you know what happens. So
Don't go further.
Well, I do see that the why in this, the inspiration behind why you're doing it, and what do you like least about the games?
Yeah, what's the challenge? Yeah.
Nothing about the games. What I don't like is Apple, their review process. I mean, it is just, I understand why they do it, but it is, every game I've submitted has been rejected, like every single time, every game.
What they want to do is they want a catalog of yours because they're so good, and they want to be able to do like a package deal. So just
buy you out,
pressing forward, keep pressing forward. Not so much to buy them out, to support them.
No,
because I see the inspiration behind this.
I'll tell you. So
education.
one time I had one game, it's rejected 3 times. Okay, so I submitted the game. I'm driving to the barbershop to get a haircut. By the time I get to the barbershop, it's already rejected.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll have a conversation off air with Keith, and he'll talk to Waz and see if we can make something happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No promises.
I'm coming.
Oh, okay, nice. You just sold another ticket. Look at that.
I'm definitely coming.
All right, so what's next with your business, or how are you looking to fund this? Or are you looking for investors or capital funding? You mentioned crowdfunding. We could put a tip jar on the table. How can we help you?
Yes, I am. I put a crowdfunding campaign out yesterday. I'm building 7 games with Olympic sports. Okay, so I figured, diversity. If you think about the Olympics, is probably one of the most diverse events as far as participants and spectators. It also happens to be this year in Brazil, which is one of the most diversely populated countries. Okay, I can't make this stuff up, right? It's just all kind of coming together for me. And Brazil is the largest gaming market in Latin America, 11th in the world. So I thought about doing a set of Olympic sports games with some diverse characters. I partnered with a guy, this animator, Leo Sullivan, and this guy, he's done everything, Transformers, Penny Proud, Soul Train. He did the original Soul Train animation. I mean, he's 75 years old. He's been around forever. Amazing animator. So I partnered with him. He has a set of characters called Afro Kids. So we're taking the Afro Kids, and we're actually going to put the Afro Kids in the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And part of the Kickstarter campaign is that there's 4 games that has 2 participants, and part of the Kickstarter is that you can put your kid or someone you know as one of the characters that competes against the Afro Kids in the game.
Now I see why they're rejecting him also, because he comes up with more ideas.
Exactly.
He's constantly coming up with more ideas, and it inspires him to do more. So, and I'm liking what I see here.
Yeah, big time. This is very cool. So how would folks find out? You mentioned you got one of the easiest social media capture, I think, of all of our guests. But just share with us.
Well, yeah, you can find out about it on bronsongames.com. If you want the Kickstarter campaign, unfortunately, I don't have a link off the website. I just launched it yesterday. Didn't get a chance to do it. But you can search for the Kickstarter. Go to kickstarter.com. Search for Bronson Games. Or you can also search for Afro Kids, which is the name of the characters, and you can find it. But you can find us all. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, both for the campaign and also for Bronson Games. Just search Tharwat, THARWAT, and you will find everything that I do. It's not a name like mine.
Exactly, yeah.
Outstanding.
Well, pleasure having you here in the studio, and enjoyed the conversation, and great seeing you again. So stay tuned in just for a moment. We want to now welcome back Patricia to the studio, talking about the Alive Expo. All right, and so you're, as we mentioned, the president and CEO of the Alive Expo, owner of Alive Expo Green Pavilion, and the founder of Project Green. It's a nonprofit group. Talk to us a little bit about the nonprofit.
I launched the nonprofit about 5 years ago. It is a nonprofit that started here in Atlanta. It's all about furthering the environmental education to the underserved kids and kids in the foster care system. We want to start it here in Atlanta. We want to take it nationwide. And it's all about teaching kids how to eat right, how to exercise, how to take care of themselves and the environment at an early age, so that they can, once they grow up with it, they're going to continue to live that lifestyle.
I definitely feel your passion about that, and that's very exciting that not only your business and what you're doing at the Expo, but this nonprofit foundation as well. But so you're 20 years experience in natural organic products, green living industry, as we mentioned, and now this is the 12th year?
This is the 12th year for the Alive Expo, yes.
Okay. They say the first 11 years are the most difficult, right?
The first 5 to 7 years are the most difficult. The first 5, you definitely make no money. Well, depending on what industry you go into.
But now talk to us about, in addition to this, you've also been producing celebrity events surrounding Hollywood's most prestigious red carpet award ceremony, the Sundance Film Festival?
Sundance Film Festival, the Oscars and the Emmys. We're there each and every year.
Wow.
And we do the same thing as what a Live Expo is, only on a much smaller scale and in a private setting. These are private events that we promote the environmentally friendly, eco-green products to the Hollywood elite.
I was going to ask you why I never got invited or ticket, but you mentioned private events, so now I connect the dots, yeah.
If you know me, you can get in.
All right, nice. Lock the door. Yeah, we're going to get in on that one. I'd love to go to the Sundance Film Festival. That must be fascinating.
It's fun.
Right?
It is fun, yes.
Okay, so meanwhile, back at the Expo.
Back to Atlanta.
Yeah. So who attends, and kind of just give us a run-through of what they might expect at your event.
The Alive Expo is open to the general public. We launched, like I said, 12 years ago, and we grew from about 3,500 attendees in the first year to the most we've ever had was about 20,000.
Wow.
This year we are moving from the Georgia World Congress Center to the Cobb Galleria Center.
Yeah.
We actually launched at Cobb Galleria our first year. Then we went downtown for 10 years. But because of all the construction, we decided to move back to Cobb because it's so much easier.
Oh, big time for traffic and
to
parking
get into and free parking and everything. And we had a lot of consumers pretty much begging us over the years to come back to Cobb Galleria. So we're making the move. What can somebody expect? Imagine walking into a health food store or a grocery store that carries natural products. You will be able to meet those kind of companies face to face. You'll be able to sample their products, and some of them even do sell products at a discounted rate on the show floor. But it's all about learning and getting an education and sampling products that you can later on go back and purchase and continue to use.
And so about 100, 150 vendors, exhibitors?
About 150, 160 this year.
Okay, wow, nice.
We grew.
Nice. And and most of them are local, or some come from other parts as well?
These are national companies as well as local. So our breakdown is about 60% national, 40% local.
Nice.
So we work with natural product companies, supplements, medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, nonprofits, health food stores.
And is there an opportunity for people bringing something new to the market to
to launch it?
Launch it?
Yes, a lot of the smaller companies that are just now up and coming, they, instead of going automatically into huge distribution in health food stores, they will participate in a show like ours and showcase and educate the consumer public so that they can go back and ask for their product.
I understand you have a treat for our listeners as far as...
We do. Every single one of the listeners that will go on our website, and they can download a complimentary ticket to come into the show. It's a general admission ticket, but all you have to do is go to the Alive Expo website, to the ticket page, and use promo code GeorgiaBiz. It's GA-Biz, so it's not Georgia, GA-Biz. And you'll be able to download a complimentary admission ticket.
I just put in my promo code, and I got a ticket to Sundance Film Festival.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Yeah, nice try. Yeah.
There would be a few extra letters in that one.
Yeah, that's a very different promotional code. Yeah, it's going to that code actually costs you money. Yeah.
Yes.
So give us the social media handles and how folks get to the website and all that good stuff.
The website is aliveexpo.com. Our Facebook is alive_expo, and Twitter is Alive Expo.
And I'm looking at your Twitter. There's you have some VIP tickets as well?
We do have VIP tickets. We're almost sold out on those.
Okay.
Our VIP tickets, first and foremost, all of the ticket sale revenue gets donated to Project Green. So,
Wow, that's awesome.
So we make
that's
no
good stuff
money.
right
So
there.
all of that money goes directly back into the nonprofit. And and we do have VIP tickets. We only have 300 of them,
Oh,
and
wow.
those are when you
What-
purchase a VIP ticket. You get the same admission as a general
Sure.
admission. Only you get a goodie bag filled with full size and travel size products, as well as vouchers for services. So this year's gift bag is valued at a little bit over $950,
Dang.
and you're paying $25 in advance.
Right.
For this VIP bag, because there won't be any left
You
at the
should
door.
call it a swag bag. People pay more
It
for
is
a swag bag.
It
Yeah.
is a swag
Sounds
bag,
like more
but
celebrity.
yeah,
So thanks
it's
for
an eco swag bag.
nice. Well said. So thanks for being here, and we hope to. We are proud to participate in getting the word out on your event.
Thank you.
about-
And let me just say the dates
Oh, yeah.
real quick.
Duh.
Sorry, that's one thing I didn't mention.
Okay, yeah.
It's next weekend, which is April 16 and 17 at the Cobb Galleria Center. So
it's a
please don't go to Georgia World Congress Center.
Right.
We're at Cobb.
Just put a Post-it note up on their door. Yeah.
There you go.
So it's a 2-day event. Is it
Saturday,
Saturday,
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah.
11 till 7 on Saturday, 11 till 6 on Sunday.
All right. So thanks, Patricia, again for being here, and
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And again, the promo code
Oh, yeah.
GABIZ.
GABIZ.
for your free
GABIZ. All right. So definitely put that in there. Save some green.
Yes.
Right, for the expo. So, Craig, great show or what? Yes or yes?
Outstanding show. Outstanding show.
I concur.
I'll see you there.
All
next
right.
Weekend.
And want to thank all of our guests for being here, and also Georgia Business Radio, the promo code GABIZ for the expo. And give us your social media one more time, or the point of contact.
Yeah, it's Leadercast at it's at Leadercast for all the social media, and leadercast.com.
To get tickets and participate and all that good stuff, right?
That's correct.
And Tharwat?
Yes. Same brownskingames.com and at brownskingames everywhere else.
Absolutely. So thanks again. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Georgia Business Radio.
Thank you again for joining Rich Casanova and our guests on the Pro Business Channel. Use the social media links here to share today's show, and stay tuned for the next episode of Georgia Business Radio.